Okay. So, if you guys could just state your name, that would kind of help.
All right. Well, my name is Rich Jean, and I'm here with my wife.
Rosalind Jean.
All right. So, when did you guys meet?
You wanna go ahead and start with that, or?
You can go ahead.
We met in our old church back in Chamblee, Georgia. We met just through our youth group.
Okay.
So I've known her since I was 9 years old.
Wow, how long ago? Well, I don't want to put out your age.
No, that's fine, that's fine. So just subtract 31 minus 9.
Okay. Do you want to add anything to that?
No.
So, what were your first impressions of one another?
We were
Yeah.
9 and 7?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we really had that. We were 9 and 7.
So, like, did you guys, like, when you got to, did you guys become friends? How did that start?
Well, yeah, I mean, just being in the youth group, of course, our youth group we had a lot of youth. So, of course, there's interaction, amongst ourselves from Sunday school through youth, through our choir, our youth choir. So there's a lot of just interaction amongst. There was a lot of youth activity, so we were always around each other. So as far as interactions, that's basically how it was right there for us.
So, what I'm hearing is that you guys did not like each other that way. I mean, you were babies, right?
We're young, yeah.
When did the attraction start? You guys remember?
I think she could answer
You didn't have that attraction?
I'll be honest, because
Yeah, he has an interesting side.
when I started noticing her, I was maybe 13. She was 11. So you can imagine I thought she was a kid, so I didn't pay her any mind. It wasn't until I was about 15. She was 13. So in my head she's still a kid until it just kind of clicked when one Sunday she came up to me and then she walked away because her dad called her. And then I looked at my friend and I was like, man, what do you think about Rose? Because they call her Bibby. What do you think about Bibby? He was like, man, she cool, but she's young, man. She a kid. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But in the back of my head, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pursue. So that was maybe 15. And then we didn't get together until I was 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
For me, the Lord told me that I was supposed to marry him and help him.
How old were you?
So, I don't know how old I was, but that was way, probably years before we got together.
Wow.
So.
How was that? Do you want to say more about that?
I don't know.
You want to expound?
I'm not good at expounding, but yeah, I was kind of home. I didn't really see him as I wasn't really like, okay, I just gotta date everybody, or I just want to date. I wasn't that type of person. I was just doing my own thing, playing sports and stuff like that. So then, I was at home one day and the Lord just told me that when I was on my bed, and I was like, okay, that's nice. And then, yeah, I didn't say anything to anybody. I didn't pursue them or try to whatever. It was just kind of okay, I just kept that.
The Lord did it.
Okay.
Yeah. And for me, it was, like I said, when I mentioned that to my friend, he was like, yeah, she's a kid. So I brushed it off. But I always tell people this because they don't believe me. But what happened was while she was walking away, I literally saw a circle came around her while she was walking away. And everything else just vanished. And it was just her. And I knew, okay, she's the one.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I just knew it.
That's his story.
That's my story. It's my testimony, right?
Sticking to it.
That's my
So
testimony.
how did this come to you guys dating? How did that happen? At 16, you said.
You want me to be honest?
Yes, honest.
I never asked her out.
Is that your story?
I never asked her out.
What does that mean? Okay.
I mean, most guys will go and be like, hey, I'm really interested in you.
Back then it was like, hey, little shout it. And now I'm like, don't talk to me.
It was none of that. It was actually her cousin came to me and said, you know, little kid stuff like, oh, I know somebody who likes you. Da-da-da. I'm like, who? Oh, I can't tell. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And then finally I found out it was her. So when I found out, she was like, so what do you think? I was like, yeah, she's cool, you know. But in my head, I was going crazy. Like, yeah, you know. I was like, yeah.
Modest.
So, like, I can't even tell you a date. Like, it was this date. We just kind of ballparked
Rounded it.
So he said it was between October and November. So we just said November 1st. So while we were dating, we always said November 1st is when we got together. November 1st, 2005. But I can't tell you it was an actual day where we went out. And because we were young, you see what I'm saying? Her dad is very strict. She couldn't see nobody. And me, I'm a guy. So my parents didn't know. But yeah, that's the gist of it right there. There was really no asking out. It just literally just happened.
Yeah.
See, back then they didn't have Instagram and stuff like that, so it was Yahoo Messenger. So back then, when you would log onto Yahoo Messenger, you would see a little icon by the person where if they came on, it turned yellow, and if they weren't there, it would be gray. So whenever she would come on, I'll see it turn yellow, and then your heart go, this gets racing. and then you know, send a message. So for years, we went. I want to say 3 years where we didn't even talk on the phone.
Wow.
Because we didn't have cell phones back then. Cell phones wasn't that big. So we just messaged each other for years, sending emails for years.
Yeah, we have a lot of emails.
A lot of emails that we still have from about 2005 to maybe 2008.
Even 2009.
Yeah, 2009.
Wow.
Like, yeah, just back and forth.
That
just
would do
texting.
a great book.
Oh, texting.
So
Not even texting, Yahoo messaging and emails. Back and forth. We'd stay up all night just emailing each other. So it's like there was an excitement. So you're waiting for the email to come in. It's like, email finally came in, you know, and it's just like,
Truly waited.
like we waited. And it wasn't even long, it wasn't short messages. Like they were long messages. So it's like you would enjoy the message and then you gotta think about what you're gonna type back because you were waiting for it. So it was different times.
And we
but
had to use house phones to
House
call.
phones,
So
yeah.
like when the phone was dying and it didn't be charged, and you hear the
But by then it's like you're getting ready to go to school because the sun's rising and it's just like, oh baby, I miss you. It's like, I'll talk to you when I get back from school. We'll log back on Yahoo Messenger. So that was how we did it for maybe 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
Straight, just email, Yahoo Messenger.
Okay.
And that built a relationship.
Of
You see what I'm
course.
saying? And then you still had your Sundays. So even though we couldn't see each other during the week, when Friday came youth, well, she couldn't even come to youth, but Sunday, because her dad didn't let her come to youth. So when Sunday rolled around, you had an excitement to go to church. And it wasn't even to go.
to go see the Lord.
And it wasn't even to go worship. It was, I can't
Go
wait to
see
go
Christ
see.
in her.
It just meant.
On Wednesday, my mom used to pick up his grandma.
Yeah.
So I used to ride when I didn't have practice.
Yeah, I forgot our Wednesdays. Our Wednesday nights was our parents' youth choir, parents' choir night. So that was the time when the guys would come and play basketball, but she would come along. So when her mom would come pick up my grandma, we would be in the car together.
Yeah.
So that was our opportunity.
Very quiet, just
Pretending like there's nothing going on, but you know.
That's so cute.
Yeah. We can go on and on.
No, that's good. How long after that did you guys get married?
So we dated for, you want to answer that?
no, you're very good at that.
We dated for 7 years. So in 2011, I proposed. So that was 7 years.
We got married in 2012.
We got married in 2012. Yeah. So it was a year after the engagement that we tied the knot.
How did you guys know you were ready for that step?
I think I was ready when the Lord told me. What happened was my dad, we waited so long because my dad told me that I could not get married until I have a college diploma. So I said, okay. So I ended up graduating in 3 years just so I can get married.
Wow. Motivation.
So I got out of there.
Wow.
And even after I gave him the diploma, he was still mad when I said that's what you said, so I'll get married.
Yeah.
So that was one of the reasons why we waited so long.
And we were just young. You see, we're so young, and it's one of those things, you know, when the Bible says, "Do not awaken love," because when you awaken love, it's a force that it's unstoppable. Like, and we were so in love with each other. at a young age. You see what I'm saying? Because you gotta imagine, it's years of building a friendship. So after we built that friendship and we just knew we wanted to be with each other, it was just like we just have to get married.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to leave any doors to slip up, and we just were like, we gotta get married. And we literally did it on faith. Because when I proposed to her, it's not like we had anything. And it's not like we were even ready. If you want to put those terms, you're ready, you have a career and the finances, we really didn't. It was literally just, hey, we know what the Lord said, and because we know, He's going to provide. That didn't sit well with our parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's when they realized that maybe I don't have faith.
Yeah.
Maybe they realized that. Yeah, I really don't know what faith is. Yeah. They were like, you gonna do what? Who? Yeah. That was their response.
Yeah.
Because that's literally, I mean, what we said. We're like, we're just gonna believe God's gonna do it. Isn't that what y'all taught us? They were like, wait, what is faith again?
Yeah, they weren't having it. They really weren't having it, and we even only had our meeting because when I graduated on a Sunday in 2012 in May. She graduated that Saturday. So that following Sunday, we said we're having a family meeting because we were already engaged. We're gonna have a family meeting to talk about the wedding and all that. Oh, they flipped out.
Wow.
They went crazy. They said,
well, his family.
Yeah, my mom
more
and dad.
crazy.
Well, my dad more so. He was just like, you're not ready. What if she gets pregnant? What are you gonna do? And we just said, hey, at the end of the day, we just have faith. God's gonna do it. Yeah, they said, God's gonna do it. They said, God, what? I said, man, God's gonna do it. And sure enough, He did.
Wow.
God came through all the way.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All the way.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So, but we just knew. We just knew it. It's one of those things you just know it. And it's not even because of I just want to have sex with the person. You know, it's you were just genuinely in love and you wanted to spend the rest of your life with that person. So that's why we knew we wanted to do it. Yeah.
That's awesome. So